Welcome back to WindleyMania. My name is Andrew, and with me, as always, is man's best friend, Devin Hopkins.
Are you saying I'm your best friend?
I'm your man's best friend.
Yeah, but you're the man.
Sure. There you go. That's what I'm saying. My best buddy in the whole wide world. How are you today?
Doing just fine. Glad to be here.
What were you doing? Because you kept me waiting.
Well, they changed the hours at work, so I get off an hour later. Pisses me off.
That's kind of stupid.
Yeah. So I get an extra hour of sleep, but I have to stay an hour later. So I got home, made some food, took a shower, came here.
Yeah, I came here like at 6, and about 6:30 is when I noticed the when you got here, the grasshopper.
Yeah.
That's when the grasshopper. So I was just hanging outside.
You were outside the whole time?
Yeah, for like an hour or
Grasshopper's not doing anything.
Yeah, but
I think you scared him.
It was hopping on me, and I didn't like it. And I was like, fine, you can have this to your own right now.
I think he got sad because you didn't want to hang out with him. So that's why he's on the ceiling now.
I don't know. Something about grasshoppers. I think it's, have you watched A Bug's Life?
Not since I was like... I don't know how old. That was a long. I haven't watched that one in a long time.
Well, like James Woods is the main grasshopper.
Yeah,
and he's just an asshole.
You don't like James Woods?
It might be James Woods. It could be worse. It could be Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
I don't remember which
bad man it was.
Yeah, but well, we'll be talking about some bad men later. The biggest I told you so of all time.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
But I just want to talk about it right now.
Well, it's a good lead into it. We were talking about bad men.
Yeah.
So if you want to go, if I know you're probably wanting this bad.
Yeah. If you have had a conversation with me before, or if maybe you've, the WindleyMania has returned, and maybe you listen to the other episodes.
If you're a loyal listener, you've probably heard this brought up more than twice.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3 times. And,
we're recording pretty early, like, as far as, like this just happened over the past weekend, right?
Yeah, and I only saw, I caught a couple things on Twitter, then I read an article about it.
Uh-huh. Well, I feel like when this comes out, it's going to be old news, because we gotta throw some of these in the can.
Right.
We're busy, very busy. So, so I, everyone that thought I was crazy or,
thought it was something laughable.
Yeah, something stupid, like, oh, it's just a bit, like, oh, Andrew's just trying to make people laugh with, this is so outrageous, my family members, whenever we would this person was on the screen, they was like, I don't, like, they were confused as to where I was coming from. When I was on vacation in Florida, and
oh,
he pops up everywhere. It's like, okay, I don't need to see him. This is supposedly the happiest place on earth, and this is making me upset. But yeah, so what? I mean, do you want to? What happened, Devin? Tell everyone what happened exactly.
Well, first we should say the man that he is referring to is none other than Pat Sajak.
The dirty bastard.
The dirty bastard from...
Not dirty bastard.
Not old dirty bastard.
Yeah, that guy. But this guy...
But this guy, Pat Sajak,
real piece of shit.
Is a jerk.
And I told you so. And I feel like... Here's the thing, like...
And I'll admit, I was in the, like, why do you hate Pat Sajak so much?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, he is kind of a scumbag on the show, but I wouldn't harbor that much hatred for him.
I've never liked him. Here's the thing. I love Wheel of Fortune. I love Vanna White. But,
North Myrtle Beach's own Vanna White.
Right.
Shout out.
Yeah. But with some of the things you love comes, I guess, sort of the rotten, disgusting, foul other things, such as Pat Sajak. Now, So I guess the whole thing, like, what he was just hanging out with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, who is she's a
representative
from Georgia.
Right.
Who has
the fan
the fans go off. But she supported a lot of those like alt-right, I guess you call them, those guys.
Right.
And she's been to like pretty much like neo-Nazi rallies and stuff, and has like offered her support to like the worst people that are trying to be in charge of the country. Her being, her herself being one of them. Yeah. And Pat Sajak's buddy and has probably like given money to this person to help further their mission.
Yeah. All right. So, but let me get this out of the way real quick. Like, all right, I'll be honest. I'm not a political person like whatsoever. I don't think WindleyMania is necessarily the platform to be anything with political conjecture.
That's why every time we get a little bit and we make a joke about politics, I say that's a different podcast. Because it is.
Oh, that is. You do that. Yeah,
every time we like make a joke, a political joke.
Now,
it's a different podcast.
I would love Connor to have his own political podcast because he's the guy that's like
he follows it.
Yeah, he reads the news.
Yeah, he keeps up with it. It makes me kind of sick, so I just don't.
Yeah.
I tried to be like, hey, I'm paying attention to what sucks and what doesn't, and it just kind of made me more depressed. So I just gave up.
Yeah, but I guess like everyone thinks this, or there's evidence to it as well. I mean, that this Marjorie Taylor Greene is one bad egg.
One bad egg.
And you got fucking Pat Sajak hanging out. I mean, I told you so.
Yeah.
Told you so. I was funny because I was trying to like narrow down like what this whole Taylor Greene, what this representative, her whole like deal like was.
Yeah.
So like I was like looking at her Wikipedia, and like if you go on like a person's Wikipedia, it's got like the
topics.
Yeah.
This is like early life, career.
Yeah, you go on like fucking like Jim Henson, and it's like puppets, TV,
illness.
Probably activism. Yeah, illness.
Yeah.
Which, this is a side tangent. When I was growing up, my dad would constantly warn me not to like swallow my snot because that's how Jim Henson died.
Yeah, because he got pneumonia, right?
Yeah. But I don't know, like, but when all growing up, I thought Jim Henson died
because he swallowed his snot.
Yeah. Just constantly like, buddy, don't. First of all, I wasn't gonna swallow. I never had a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
I'd spit it out. You just watch me spit out some snot.
Yeah, you spit out. You had a child.
Yeah.
Of snot.
So, anyways, but you look at the Wikipedia. It's got all the topics. I'll just read her crazy list. Which I mean, I guess for like any like politician or whatever, some of these can go either way.
Yeah.
But then you look further down into it and it's just like, oh. It's that way.
I did the same thing the other day. Yeah. I was like, what is this? What has this person actually done?
So I mean, abortion,
Not a fan.
That COVID-19
faker
than the moon landing.
Faker than the moon landing.
Coronavirus, more like Bologna virus, am I right? The 2020 presidential election.
Yeah. How it was not legitimate.
Gun rights. But then it's just like fucking rhetoric involving killing of opponents.
Yeah, I did.
You know anything about that?
I saw a little bit. Yeah, she had said some stuff about like killing, like, I guess she's Republican, so I'd imagine she's talking about killing like her Democratic opposition in political campaigns and such, and she's probably, I guess, used that kind of verbiage.
Advocacy based on conspiracy theories. I guess that moon landing.
Is she like an Alex Jones like kind of thing?
Perhaps. False flag claims. I don't even want to read the school shooting ones. White genocide conspiracy theory. So yeah, listen. I mean, you can go up and down the list. It's all the same. I mean, this this Pat Sajak's a real piece of shit. You know, I mean, if he's giving money to her,
he's probably giving her money if they've like been hanging out at probably one of those like rallies, and he's probably like a donor to her shit, and maybe even other like other people like that, you know.
Or it would be really funny though if like if Marjorie Taylor Greene was just like a fan and Pat Sajak just had no idea who this was.
That would actually be pretty funny. And then the picture's like, oh, and he's like, oh shit, that's who that was.
Yeah.
Or he's like all about it, because he said like when this came up, like you look up Pat Sajak and like that comes up, and then like the next thing is that he said he's probably stepping down soon from Wheel of Fortune.
Oh wow.
So what if like this like pushes CBS to like, you know, just say, you know what, yeah, we're just gonna, there's too much controversy around this right now, we're just gonna go ahead and cut you, and then he like goes off and makes like his own network. Mm-hmm. He's like, and he just does like the Alex Jones thing. He's like deplatformed from everything. He's like spitting out conspiracy theories. What if he goes down that path? Then it's like a real I told you so.
Yeah, if he does all that, I mean, I win, you know?
Yeah.
So whatever. But,
that would actually kind of be funny to see, like someone who's just, you know,
I mean,
on everyone's TV at like 7 o'clock at night, just, and then he's like not there anymore, and he's like on YouTube or his own website,
right? And
just going off about
Sajak says, you know.
Sajak says.
That's what that's definitely what it would be called.
Yeah.
Sajak says, you know.
He's going off about the globalists.
Wheel of Freedom.
Wheel of Freedom. The New World Order.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how this goes. Again, I say this anytime I talk about Wheel of Fortune. Of course, get rid of Pat Sajak. You should have done that when the show started. But Vanna White as the host with a revolving door of special guests to do touch the letters. Yep, that's exact. It'd be the best show on fucking TV.
Yeah, and they did that for a little bit when they were at Disney. Mm-hmm. Vanna White hosted with Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse was doing it. And it's just some guy in the Minnie Mouse suit.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about my dream job.
I thought it was monorail operator at Epcot.
Well, monorail operator would be great, but if well, you know, it'd be another great job. Same place at the Walt Disney World Resort, at the Crystal Palace. It's this place in Magic Kingdom where you go to eat, and they got all the characters walking around while you eat. But it would be so funny to like be Winnie the Pooh, and then you're walking around, and you just go up to like a family, and just like, what are you eating? Just like, looks good. What are you eating? Regular voice. Don't even do the fucking voice.
Don't even try. Just, what are you eating?
What are you eating?
Can I have some?
Yeah.
But they don't pay me.
Mm-mm. Let's take a second to fix that microphone real quick. Okay, sorry about that. We are returned.
But yeah, Winnie the Pooh, you just go around and be like, what do you eat? Yeah. Specifically Winnie the Pooh? Or would you do other characters?
No, just Winnie, because, you know, Winnie the Pooh's like, he's round and yellow. And that's kind of like...
That's kind of like you?
If you didn't know... All right. If you didn't know he was a bear, would you think he was a bear? He's just kind of like weird looking, you know? Yellow, round, with a red shirt, no pants, just like...
Just chilling. Like he's living the dream, honestly.
Anyways. Devin, I went to a thing last Saturday, which when this comes out, it will be 2
Saturdays ago or something.
It'll be a long
I don't know how many
ago.
Saturdays. How many of these we're doing this week? Like 100?
I guess we'll see. We'll do 50 this week.
Okay, and that should get us through like the next 2 weeks.
A year.
Yeah.
So there you go. I went to this this shindig in Raleigh. I got to tell you this story.
Yeah, because I wanted to go, but they sold out real quick. Yeah, and then they said, there might be tickets at the door. And I was like, that's a 3-hour drive. I'm not going to gamble with.
Right. You're not a gambling man at all.
Nah, not typically.
No. Yeah, the Deadlock Pro Wrestling in Raleigh, North Carolina. I kind of felt like an asshole because I found out Penalty Box like announced a show that like week. They were playing School Kids records.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm in town, but I can't go out to them. I was talking to Gordy, where he's like, but
And I went there and did something completely different.
yeah,
And it was right down the road too, wasn't it?
It was like 30 minutes away, which, yeah.
It was next door.
I was by School Kids Records for a moment because
Did you get that calzone?
Yeah, I went to DP. What is it? DP.
Double penetration dough, man.
Yeah, and that was good. Actually,
which one? Oh, did you have a less good time?
It seemed like it was like smaller.
Really?
Yeah. Like I remember last time we went, this big fucking calzone. This time it was like a little. It was like, this is a little.
Would you
small.
believe it if I told you the first time I had it, it was bigger than the one that we had? Like, they must be.
Why
shrinking.
they're shrinking even more then?
They're just shrinking. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because like
It's still good.
unless it was just like unless I just misremembered it, but like first time I had it, I was like, it like filled the box, like the small box,
Yeah,
like, all the way.
I walked in there and I was the only guy in there. And they have like that fucking massive nonsense. That menu's so fucking massive. Like,
oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
come on. But so I wanted to try something different, but the lady was just staring at me way too hard, and I was like, I got the Italian. I was like, yeah.
It's like you can't like what they open at like 4:00 and they close at like 4 a.m. And you probably got there. You were probably one of their first customers of the day, and they're like, "What is someone doing here this early?"
I think they opened at 3 because I got there at 4.
Yeah. They're probably not used to people coming in that early.
Yeah, and I ate inside by myself, and that fucking "We Fell Love in a Lonely Place" that song was just playing, and it felt like 10 minutes. And it was so loud, and I was in there by myself and the people working. But yeah, I went to. It was right across from School Kids, and I was like, I just felt kind of like a dick, and I felt like a dick later too. Just because I went to this shindig, and I left early from the show. But let me tell you what, this was incredible actually. This ordeal. So I get to the venue, and it's like this. It's called C3. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I went by myself because anyone who would have went with me would have had a horrible time. It was like the smallest room I've ever watched pro wrestling in.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of went in like going to this. I was like, I'm by myself. I'll just stand up. I'm not really worried about finding a seat. Well, when I went in, there wasn't a seat. Like it was just like I was in like the back corner. Like it was like I was close to the ring. I mean, the ring was probably like from here to where the wall is. Like it was a small ass fucking room. And but regardless, when I got there, you like go into this like entrance, and there's 2 pathways, and we were shoved off to the left, and it was like this pitch black room, like really low lighting. The people who like worked at the venue were like dressed up in like black button down shirts and black pants, and it was like a wedding or like a weird like high end art gallery, but. Besides those people, everyone else there was just fucking nerds because it's a pro wrestling show. And there was one toilet, and there's a guy that went in the toilet, and then there was a lady in front of me, and I was behind her, and there was a guy behind me. And it was just sort of like this mini line. And then all of a sudden, this older lady, I texted our friend this whole story immediately after it happened because I couldn't. This whole thing was. What did she say to me verbatim? She said, she came up to us, but she directed her attention towards me.
Uh-huh.
It was very weird. And she said, "Baby, do you need to use the bathroom?" And I was like, yeah. And she was like, "Well, there's another one on the other side." And, she's like, she looks at me and she's like, "Come on, I'm going to take you." And then she looks at the other guy and is like, "You're coming too." And it was like really weird.
Ooh.
And I was like, what is this going to be? But we just go back into the entrance, and then we go around the other
tunnel,
like pathway. And it was kind of weird because you look down the hallway and it's nothing but wrestlers. And I'm kind of like, I looked to the other guy. We kind of looked at each other like, geez, because like the whole like, I mean, this is like that whole bathroom and locker room area. That's their space.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, again, those guys are just guys.
yeah, they don't care.
They don't give a shit. Well, some might.
Yeah,
there's some people who might,
right.
but it's just kind of weird because like, again, they're just guys, but they're working, and it's kind of like this weird. I don't know how to explain it to the majority of people listening to this, because I don't know if like, I don't really think there's a lot of. There's probably like a small percentage of like pro wrestling fans who listen to this and kind of understand where I'm coming from. It's just kind of weird. It's just like that's their space.
That's their like dressing room area.
And the locker
like,
room.
I guess you can kind of imagine how you would probably feel if you like stumbled into that area at like any kind of event like that and just be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here.
And yeah, it's just like a not supposed to be here kind of thing. And then there's a whole like locker room culture, and that's with any sports. And I don't know, pro wrestling is just fucking weird, and it's weird in every
aspect. They see you, they're like, ooh, we got some fresh blood here.
No, I just, it was
you
just,
here to do the job tonight, boy?
It was just
You gonna
weird.
scrub my back? You gonna scrub my back?
But here's the thing, I was walking down the hallway, and there was the bathroom, and me and the guys looked at each other like, all right, whatever. And it was just like, this lady had no idea like what the deal was. Like, she just was like, there's another bathroom here, use it. And we're like, but anyways, I'm walking down the hallway towards the bathroom. There's one young professional wrestler who you and I both have seen many times, and he's like holding the door. And then there's another guy who and I I hold in high regard. You've seen him several times. I will keep him nameless on here because I know probably like a very small percentage of whoever may listen to this
may know this person.
Yeah, but so he runs into the bathroom. This guy runs into the bathroom, and I go in after him, and not like running after him, but I'm just going in, and he fucking beelines to the stall and slams it, and then fucking just a fucking shit symphony. Like, he is having the absolute worst time in this bathroom. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this guy.
You have to tell me who this
wow,
is.
This guy.
Let me turn this off.
He's a guy I really, I respect and hold in high regard as far as this shit goes. And I'm like, that's how he has these great performances. He just fucking lets it all slap out of his gut before the show. Yeah, it was pretty incredible. And
it was better to get it all out before than like
he
during.
Was running. I mean, it must be like a diet thing or something.
Yeah.
But
he just gets like a huge endorphin rush.
And the thing is, he was going the whole time I was in the bathroom. I left and he was still going, and it was violent. So I thought that was very interesting because every time I go to one of these shows by myself, some weird shit happens, such as like the Rock and Roll Express incidents.
That did happen more than once.
Yeah, two different times.
That's crazy.
And there's also, the Tiger Hattori thing where he lied about his salsa. I might as well tell this. I was at a New Japan show. There's this famous he's retired now. His name's Tiger Hattori. And I was sitting in the back, and I noticed he was sitting close to me. And I was like, oh, wow, that's Tiger Hattori. I did not have any interest in bothering him. He's a grumpy old man.
Yeah, grumpy old Japanese man.
Yeah. He was,
in America. He does not want to be bothered.
Well, he lives in New York.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. I think his granddaughter was there because like there was some kid that kept running up and they were just like kind of like bickering back and forth, and then she would run away. But he was like eating chips and just like crunching as loud as possible, and he dropped this like salsa thing, and a guy comes walking by and he picks up the salsa, hands it to Tiger. He's like, here you go. And Tiger's like, that is not mine. It's like incredible. But yeah, the Deadlock show was fun. I mainly went for Shun Skywalker and SB Kento from Dragon Gate.
Nice. You said I saw your picture. You met those guys?
Yeah. So yeah, and they wrestled Jack Evans too. It was like a 3-way, and Jack Evans used to do some Dragon Gate stuff too.
Okay.
Back in like the early 2000s. But anyways,
I know some of the PCW guys I've seen were there. I kind of wanted to see Donnie Ray.
Oh, you know what? He was actually in a 8-man tag, and it was like a mixture of like a bunch of guys like from like the southeast.
Oh, Mason Miles was there too, right?
Yeah, he was in the 8-man tag, and it was Donnie Ray, Mason Miles, Colby Carino, and I say Donnie Ray.
Yeah.
Who was on their team? Diego Hill. And then on the other team, it was like Jaden Newman, BK Westbrook, James Ryan, and some, I forgot her name. Zoe Sky, she's from like the Midwest. But like all those guys like do a bunch of shit. Right? I mean, you've seen half of them. So, but during the, they had an intermission. The first half of the show was like 4 matches. And it was like 2 hours already. And I was like, oh my God, this is, it started at like 7 and it's now 9 and it's only halfway over. And I'm like, oh jeez. There's an intermission and yeah, they all fucking come out with their briefcases to the ring and get out their t-shirts and fucking, yeah, Shun Skywalker and SPK were over there. And I was like, well, I better shake their fucking hand. I mean, this is cool. Like I don't think, they've never been to America, and
that's cool.
Yeah, they're young guys. SB Kento is how long has he been wrestling now? Like 3 or 4 years, I think 3, and he's like a guy that's like who could potentially be like the face of Dragon Gate, like. He has like a really super strong like crowd connection, and then Shun Skywalker was their top champion, the Open the Dream Gate champion, all like last year. And I went over, and yeah, they were cool. I did the I bought a shirt from both of them, and Shun. Oh, by the way, Shun Skywalker in the story is like supposed to be like a psychopath, but he's like the sweetest guy. Just real. But I did the thing, and he was like, picture, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I opened my phone, and my lock screen's the Dragon Gate logo, and he fucking saw that, and it was like, Dragon Gate, and he fucking was like pumping his fist and shit, and I was like, yeah, man,
that's why I'm here.
yeah. But that was some shitting and some Dragon Gate.
That's cool.
Good stuff.
Sounds like a good time.
But yeah, and it was like fucking 9:30, and I was like, oh my God, I was pretty exhausted after that whole encounter too. But it was a lot. It was like I shook both of their hands like 50 times. It felt like, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I left, and I almost went to the penalty box show, but it was like 30 minutes away, and I was like, they're going to be done playing by the time I get there.
Sad.
Yeah. So I went home. That was my adventure.
Sounds like a good adventure.
A lot of shitting.
Did you shit?
When I got home, I did.
Nice. I'm sure that was, nice.
It was okay.
Not your best, not your worst.
All right, pal. I think we can do the main event here for this WindleyMania.
Oh yeah, the main event.
I assigned you to watch a film,
and I didn't watch it till I got here because I was playing Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation 4.
What's that?
Oh, it's basically Red Dead Redemption, but you're Japanese. It's really cool. It's like you're
a samurai?
Yeah, it's pretty badass actually. I got because PlayStation, I realized that they changed their like subscription and how it works. So PlayStation Plus is like $15 a month, and you can get like it's like how Game Pass is kind of, except it's not streaming. You download it, but you have unlimited cloud storage. So there's all kinds of fucking games for $15 a month you can download. So decided that was worth it. But Ghost of Tsushima is pretty cool. It's like Red Dead Redemption and Breath of the Wild, kind of.
I've been playing solitaire on my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my girlfriend doesn't like that I play solitaire.
Solitaire?
Well, here's the thing: I play it way too much, I think, but it's so addictive.
Yeah, it really is.
And
like
she was like, "You're playing that still?" Like it's like I don't know.
You got to figure out how fast you can get it.
Oh man, I can finish a solitaire in a minute, bro.
It's like one of my games. Like I'll put on like a phone game to try to wind down at night sometimes. That's
solitaire is the best.
That's in the rotation for sure.
Yeah. But let's talk about this short film. What a transition. It's You probably were staring at the name of the episode. I'm going to name the episode after it because why not?
Yeah.
Sissy Boy Slap Party. I recommend maybe you stop this right now and just look up Sissy Boy Slap Party and watch the film. It's only 4 minutes.
I don't know how many results there are for that. So.
Look at the one. There should be it should say Bravo.
It's like Bravo TV. It's in black and white.
Yeah. And watch it. It's a 2004 short film directed by Guy Madden.
None other than Guy Madden.
He's a Canadian man. Have you heard of Guy Madden before?
I have not.
Yeah. From what I could tell, he just makes fucking weird as shit movies, such as Sissy Boy Slap Party. But his feature films, I was trying to read all the plot summaries, just get an idea, and it just seems like there's just ghost stories. There's two lovers, and then one of them dies and comes back to haunt.
Sissy Boy
That was at least 3 of them.
Sissy Boy Slap Party felt like I was watching something on Adult Swim that was directed by a guy who makes horror movies.
Sure.
Because it had that kind of that just,
Hey,
the chaoticness of it.
It had that Kenneth Anger, bro.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
It had the Kenneth Anger.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenneth Omega.
Yeah, that was the. I'm glad you noticed that.
I was like, that got me because I noticed that 10 seconds. I was like, that's fucking Kenny Omega.
Yeah. So
then I was trying to find out who the other people were, and I didn't recognize any of them. No. I was like, is this I didn't see the date of it. I was like, is this an old Being the Elite thing that's an inside joke? Mm-hmm. But I guess it's not.
It's a short film. Yeah. So Tyson Smith, otherwise known as Kenny Omega, keeping the wrestling thing going. He's a professional wrestler. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff.
He's done a lot of stuff.
The DDT, the Golden Lovers tag team, of course. His everyone knows his great 4 matches with Kazuchika Okada. One of my favorite matches, the G1 27 final against Tetsuya Naito. And he's doing he's doing nothing now. He's suspended right now.
Actually, I saw him in Guitar Center the other day.
What's that?
There was a guy that looked like him.
Oh. I mean, maybe when's this come? Well, this comes out in a week, so maybe something will happen.
I don't know.
I highly doubt it. I don't really know.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
I do. I just don't want to talk about it because I doubt anyone listening gives a fuck.
I'm not going to work myself into a shoot, brother.
Oh, yeah, brother, dude. But yeah, Kenny Omega's in this, and I thought that was funny. But let me read the plot summary here hopefully if you stopped the podcast and watched it. But if you have not, it is set on an island paradise. It's exactly what I would call it.
Yeah, that looks like an island paradise.
The film depicts a group of men who become caught up in a homoerotic apparent orgy of slapping after an older man warns them not to slap each other while he is away on an errand to buy condoms.
That's exactly like it. He's like...
I guess we can I mean, we've done the whole thing where we talked about movies. I think in the future I'm going to change it up a little bit, but I guess we can go the old school route. I mean,
I don't have any notes for this one.
I mean, it opens up with a bunch of dudes laying around.
Yeah, and then
they're like, there's some in like sailor hats. There's like some random ladies, but they don't come up later.
Yeah, they're just kind of look like they're just watching. Mm-hmm. There's some guys playing drums.
Yeah,
I guess.
well, they have drums.
Yeah, they're
have
not playing
drums. Them yet. It's just they're kind of like. Just
oh yeah, this is
out.
the opening. Yeah, they have drums. They're near them.
Yeah, there's an old man with no shirt.
Yeah, this is all in black and white too.
Right,
it's all in black and white. And no one. I don't think anyone's wearing a shirt. Or the shirts come off at least.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're right. No one's wearing a shirt. But this old man's. He doesn't have a shirt, but he has a bicycle.
Yeah.
And he's not like an old man in the sense of like, like Mr. Six from Six Flags.
Yeah, he looks.
Or he doesn't look like a weak. He's like a young man, an athletic old man.
Definitely.
He's old.
Definitely was in the army and still works out.
Big barrel chest.
That's what you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an actor, but I can't right now.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes, that is an actor. Thank you for helping me think of an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's all the guys are like laying around, and he's like he's about to go somewhere on his bike. Well, he says he makes a comment about everyone looking like they got fat and they need to work out. And he said he's going to the store to buy some condoms.
He said, "I'm going to the store to buy condoms.
Yeah.
Don't you slap each other while you're gone."
He's like, "And remember, no slapping."
Yeah, that was it.
And they all kind of he leaves, and everyone looks very disappointed. Like, no slapping. Like, come on, bro. And they look they're yawning and then we cut to a man and two guys. There's a lot of guys in this.
There's mostly guys. There's like 10 or 12 guys.
Yeah, it looked like 20 guys. It's a lot of guys.
I couldn't tell because the camera cuts, I couldn't tell what guys were the same guys or not.
Yeah, it looks like there's a guy taking a nap, and then Kenny Omega, the former IWGP heavyweight champion, Kenny Omega, he taps
every champion.
I mean, yeah,
just
essentially.
about.
Around this time, he was just doing indies around Canada. He taps on the guy's leg, and then he just fucking slaps him. He's the instigator. He's credited as instigator.
Ooh.
In this, and yeah, all the guys just. It's like literally, it's called Sissy
Boy Slap
Part, and it literally the next about 2.5-3 minutes is just everyone slapping each other
and like
in most
yelling
bizarre ways. There's the guys on the drums, and they're playing drums. I mean, did you have a favorite slap in this?
It's hard to pinpoint, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you.
I liked the one where Kenny Omega was slapping that guy's belly.
I liked Kenny Omega made some good faces.
Oh
during
yeah.
his slaps. And it's like, he sells the wrestling moves. He makes the faces to show the pain.
But his facial expressions are highly controversial in the world of wrestling critique. I don't have a problem with them, but
is it because it looks like he's making mud?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Some people go, "Oh, it's so over exaggerated," but yeah. They're slapping each other's faces. They all line up and slap each other in the face. There's one guy running around getting slapped in the ass.
Yeah. I believe there's some towel smacking as well.
Right. And all this, everything's like dubbed over. Like the voices are dubbed over, and it's just sort of like a yelling noise. It's almost like a monkey sound.
Yeah.
And all the slaps are like slapped over. Like they just took one slap and then like got like a keyboard and played that slap whenever, just like to line it up. And yeah, I mean, this is only a 4-minute short film, and they all get tired out, and they just lay around again, and they're all take kind of a cuddly nap together,
Yeah,
they all look like it's like a litter of cats, but it's all dudes, like not chiseled, but
just like buff,
lean dudes.
buff dudes.
Yeah. And the old man returns at his bike, and he says, boys, 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 I turned my back, and here you are, slapping each other again. I couldn't trust any of you for a minute. It makes me sick. And it ends.
Doesn't he like... doesn't he push the bike into somebody?
Oh, he pushes it in someone's ass to wake him
yeah.
up. Yeah. And that's Sissy Boy Slap Party.
Sissy Boy Slap Party.
Is
that on Letterboxd?
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah, what would you give it?
3.5.
That's not bad.
Entertained. I was entertained. Maybe 3. But
maybe 3.
3 or 3.5.
Why 3?
Because it's just kind of like a middle of the road thing. Didn't really change my life.
Are you sure?
I don't know. It was just entertaining. It was an entertaining watch. I would show my friends. I'd watch it with them again. I would explain nothing.
Gather all the friends. I mean, what is there to explain?
I don't know. I thought you had some lore behind it.
It's kind of like, I feel like it's a very compelling story though, because we all have like that thing where we're told not to do something, but we have that urge. We're like, I want to fucking do it now. Like, it's the whole like principle of like contrary, you know?
Are you saying that this is kind of an inspiration to you?
What do you mean?
Like, it kind of woke something up in you. Like, you're like, someone told me not to do something. I'm going to fucking do it anyway. Because that old man told them not to slap each other, and they did it anyway.
Yeah, and nothing
really bad happened.
No.
This guy was kind of irked for probably not that long, honestly.
But, I mean, would you rather... I mean, here's the thing. Would you rather have the experience of a lifetime, or but then afterwards have someone you really respect and look up to be disappointed in you?
Well, at the end of the day, it's my life, not theirs.
I think that's what Sissy Boy Slap Party's trying to say.
That's true.
You know,
5 stars. You're right.
Be courageous. 5 stars. Slap the like button.
Slap the like button. 5 stars. Add it to my list.
Yeah,
all-time favorites.
put it on the little. What's the little?
They have little badges.
Favorites.
Yeah.
Well, they have the
favorites bar
and the profile. Yeah,
and just like there's only that and nothing else.
Right.
That and the other 3 movies that guy made that are about what?
He has more than 3, brother.
Well, you'd mentioned 3 being about like the couples and the ghost.
Oh yeah, I think one's called like "Don't Bend Your Knee That Way" or something.
Are they all like? Are they feature length or are they just like?
There's more short films than anything, and then I think he made like 8 or 9 like feature movies.
Oh,
and the reason that Sissy Boy Slap Party was on Bravo because they were like playing his shorts in a lead up to one of his new movies.
Oh.
I believe that's what it was like a weird thing.
I was wondering.
I guess it was like in Canada only because.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I've never had my TV on Bravo, I don't think, unless they were playing Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something like.
You never watched any like Real Housewives?
No.
When it was on there? Really?
No, I never did. Yeah, I mean, if they were playing a movie and I was just flipping through channels, I probably left it on. But other than that, I don't remember anything that they had that I wanted to watch. $1
Million Listings.
Like the
Beverly Hills.
I never watched that.
Oh.
I imagine it's like a house show.
It's like I remember watching
it. Renovation.
There's like it's about realtors, and they're all kind of just like trying to sell houses and stuff. And but one of them's like gay and he like argues with his boyfriend a lot, and there's like a lady. I don't know. They all seem like fine people. All right, Devin. What are the shows?
I don't know.
I'm feeling really like lethargic right now.
Yeah, me too. I've had 3/4 of a heavy beer, and I feel like I could go to bed.
Well, I think in that case we should wrap this up. Do you remember any of the shows?
We've got a lot of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to. We put a song out too. We keep forgetting to like put that at the top of the show. We put a song out at the beginning of August. It's called "Starving." You can listen to that literally everywhere. I think it's probably on It's on like Deezer and Tidal. You know, the ones that everyone uses.
It's on Bravo.
It's on Bravo. It's on Napster. It's on LimeWire. You should get it off LimeWire.
It's called Starving.
It's called Starving. You should go check it out.
And,
we did it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
No big money producers.
No.
No engineers.
No.
Just Andrew with a gun.
Right.
Telling us to do it right.
Yeah.
And we did our best, I think. It sounds pretty good.
You know, Road to Ruin is my favorite Ramones album.
Yeah, and there's like Phil Spector really laid it into him.
I don't think he did all that shit on Road to Ruin though. Like with the,
I don't know if it was specifically. I don't know if it was specifically an album. I think it was just something he like did. Actually, no.
Regularly?
There was one album that like, I don't know if it was Johnny Ramone that was like he was trying to leave and he was like, "You're not fucking leaving."
What a madman.
Yeah, what a crazy guy.
Yeah. Andy Wallace is my favorite guy.
He's your favorite producer.
He's my favorite guy to do the whole to be involved in any like studio work.
He's your favorite name to see in the credentials.
Yeah, he
in
does
the personnel.
He's done a lot of my favorite albums. I think I would respect him way more if he just had like
a gun,
revolver, like in his desk.
Who's to say he didn't?
I don't know. We have to ask.
All these bands probably had to sign an NDA. He's like never leak that shit.
I mean, he didn't really. There's a lot of stuff he wasn't really around the bands for.
Oh, it was a lot of like post stuff. I guess.
It was like he just did like a lot of mixing and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're like Andy Wallace in the way that your name's Andy.
That is literally all.
Hey man, the songs you're doing sound really good.
All right.
But we have
oh my god.
And we'll have more coming out soon at some point. But
yeah,
we're on the podcast thing again, so we're doing that.
Yeah, bank them.
Yeah. So we got October 28th. We'd probably be in Wilmington. I'm trying to get that shit landed.
Yeah.
That would be nice if we could have 3 shows. I like doing 3 shows instead of 2, but 2 shows is just fine. And right now we do have 2 shows confirmed. We'll be at the Hallowed Out Fest at Etc. Greensboro with a shit ton of bands.
I don't remember any.
Let me see if I can pull up this flyer.
Is American Death Cult
American Death Cult? I think they're the main band that put this shit together.
There you
so
go.
Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the bands dropped today, but I'm gonna read the whole list because that's what I have. American Death Cult. Oh wait, yeah, Stomach Bug's the band that dropped. Sunshine's Moonlight. Windley.
Oh, have you seen Sunshine's Moonlight?
I have not.
It's like one person.
Really?
And it's like it's pretty crazy. I'm excited to see that.
That'd be cool. The Consequences of Our Own Actions. It's a long name. I guess the world is a beautiful place and not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die.
I never listened to them.
They're good. I haven't listened to them a whole lot. Shotgun, that's our buddy Jordan Breadcrust that we met in Fayetteville.
Oh wait, so what's Shotgun then?
That's their band, I guess, that they're doing for that. I think they're doing a My Chemical Romance set. So Garrett will love that.
All right.
I like it too. I like My Chemical Romance. I think everyone likes them except for you.
I didn't say I don't dislike them. I've never really done the deep dive.
You should listen to their first album.
Okay.
You said you listened to their like 2 bigger albums?
You know what I have been listening to though?
What?
Styx. Now Styx is a band.
Styx is a band.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
So Shotgun, Cheap Speed, and Housewife. Cheap Speed, they kind of like I saw like a clip of them. They kind of remind me of Golden Temple. They're a 2-piece and they're like really loud and fast and like in your fucking face.
They should play a show together.
They should. That'd be.
They should play sets at the same time.
They should. And did I say the last band? Housewife.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of
Wait,
bands.
Housewife?
Yeah, that's what one of the bands.
I think I've seen them around.
A lot of these bands have like shown up on my Instagram feed, and now we're all playing together. So I'm excited to meet some new people. Oh, and the fucking next day.
Yeah, what's going on?
We'll be back at the Rowan Skate Park in Fayetteville with our good friend Spider Bucket. I think we've played more shows with Spider Bucket this year than we have like with anybody else. Pretty cool. Always love to see them. Merciful Release. And
I always thought you were about to say Merciful Fate.
That would be tight. They're playing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That would be cool to go to. They're playing at Tabernacle, so they're playing at a church.
Oh yeah. That place, I love that venue.
Yeah.
I went there one time.
Yeah, that was nice. It was like the most. When we sat in the balcony, it was perfect.
Comfy, yeah.
And Incest Breath, which I like the name.
What?
Yeah.
Incest Breath.
Incest Breath. So, yeah, October 28th, 29th, and 30th, we'll have, we'll be posting about those, and we'll be in those places. So if you are in those places or want to come see us in those places, you should do that and have a good time,
Sure.
We've got more shows in the fall, too.
Yeah. All right. I think that about does it.
That should be it,
When this comes out, you'll be on vacation, Devin.
Oh, yeah, I will.
And I hope you have a great time.
Thank you.
And I'll be holding it down,
You will be holding it down.
I'll hold it down.
Yeah.
All right. For more Windley crap, go to or follow at Windley_band on all the crap. And that's go to windleyhut.blogspot.com if you want.
Yeah.
It's kind of dead, but
I might have a movie review.
oh, The Real World.
Yeah,
With Devin.
but it's all my other ones I hated the movies. This one I actually liked the movie.
All right, well that'll be good.
I'll send it to you if you want it.
Sure, I'll always take it.
But I don't know if you want to spoil.
I'll take it so good.
You'll take it good. You're so good at taking it.
Yeah, I'm so good.
You never give, but you always take.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.